So finding a comfortable seat, as we often do, I'm going to sit up on a little bit of a blanket. You can see there behind me, but maybe you're seated on a different surface. Maybe you're on a block or a bolster. Maybe you've got a chair underneath you. It really doesn't matter. You just need to be comfortable. And I get a lot of students that think, well, if I'm not sitting exactly like the teacher, I'm not doing it right. But that's just not true. You can sit in any way that's comfortable. We want these classes to be as accessible and useful as they could be for you. And then, as we often do, let's take the heels of the hands to the upper thighs. That little press down, lean forward. We've come to do this at the beginning of every class. So it tells our bodies and our minds that now is the time for yoga, which can be really helpful. It helps the nervous system, helps the physical system all get on board, right? Good morning, good morning. And then taking it side to side, pressing into one thigh, really leaning away, kind of using the leverage of the hand against the thigh to help push you over to the side, going back and forth, a bit like a metronome. If you want to turn your head to look up towards the sky, that starts getting into the cervical spine. Helps to kind of wring out the top of the spine. Gorgeous. And then coming to sit up nice and tall, let's run the heels of the hands from the hip towards the knee, working our way around the thigh. Gorgeous. And then we're going to do something just I think we've done this before, but I haven't done it with you in a while. You're going to slide your hands over the knees, and we're going to work with, it's a bit like treating yourself like a bellows, like we use to make a fire a little bit bigger, right? Helpful for digestion. So you're going to inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to try and bring your opposite shoulder towards your opposite knee. Doesn't matter which direction you go. Then you inhale to come back to center. Then you exhale to bring the other shoulder towards the other knee. And this works even if you're in a chair, even if the legs are extended. Right? So you inhale. So as you sit up, you get this length, and the inhale kind of happens spontaneously. And then as you lean, the exhale kind of gets squished out of the body. So going back and forth a few times. You make it as big or as small as feels good to you. You might be just doing a little lean, because even just a little bit of a forward fold in a direction helps to squeeze the internal organs, which can be really helpful when our bodies are feeling a little stagnant post-holiday indulgences. Let's do one more time, either side. Gorgeous. Nice. And then coming to sit up nice and tall, let's inhale the arms up in that wide V. Now we're stretching the abdominal area. Take the thumbs towards the wall behind you, shoulder blades towards each other, tailbone is heavy. Nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, float the hands down to the lap. Depending on how cold you are or where you are is, and we were just having a discussion before class started about how it was -2 where I was, 0 where somebody else was, feels like 8 where somebody else is. You can put the palms of the hands down to help keep the warmth in the body, right? It's an interesting thing. It's an experiment. Try it out, see what happens. And then if you feel safe and comfortable to do so, I'm going to invite you to close the eyes. Closing the eyes, going inside, noticing how is it in this body today? How is it in this body? Dropping the tailbone, balancing the pelvis right to left. Shoulder blades move down the back, sternum lifts, broaden the collarbones. Navel moves back, pubic bone to belly button, right? Zip up the pants, button the button. Let the legs be heavy wherever you found yourself. And then lift from the base of the skull. Lift from the base of the skull. Get lots of length there in the back of the neck. Balancing the skull from left to right, just like we did the pelvis. Then soften the throat, relax the jaw. Relax the cheekbones. Can you spread the cheekbones? Left cheekbone to the left, right cheekbone to the right. Can you relax the bridge of the nose? Then soften the eyes in their sockets. Spread the eyebrows just like you did the cheekbones. Smooth out the skin of the forehead. Relax the skin at the temples. Soften the inner ears. And then come to the breath. Long, full, steady inhalation. Complete, soft exhalation. Be present with the breath. Let everything fall away. Let everything fall away. And then taking the hands together in front of the heart, palm against palm, fingers elongated. Lift the sternum to the base of the thumbs. Spread the collarbones like you did the cheekbones, like you did the eyebrows. Nice. We're preparing for sound. Inviting you to chant the sound of Om with me 3 times, then the invocation. Go ahead, exhale fully, let go of all the breath you currently have. Then inhale fully to begin. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, let the chin come towards the chest. Pause here. Tune in again. Notice what you need. Then letting the hands fall to the lap. If you need to change your seated position for any reason, please feel free to do it. We're going to go in with those half circles with the head. So rolling left ear towards left shoulder. Then back through center, right ear towards right shoulder. So starting with the cervical spine, we've already done a little bit of exploration here. You might notice there's tenderness or stiffness. Maybe there's absolute freedom of movement. Right, but this and the low back, these are the 2 things that I get requests for more often. Neck, shoulders, low back. I guess that's 3 things technically. All right, next time the right ear comes towards the right shoulder, we're going to pause. Take the left fingertips down towards the earth beside you. Really reach them away. Your fingertips might touch the floor if you're sitting on the ground. They might not, but it doesn't matter because we're going to turn the palm of the hand over. So I'm turning my palm up towards the sky. The thumb is now pointed towards the wall behind me. Without turning the torso towards the extended arm, we're going to take that extended arm towards the wall. So you take it back towards the wall behind you. Nice. I quite like, and you can do this as well, take your opposite hand to the pectoral muscle on the side of the extended arm and draw that pectoral muscle away from the arm. And then you can set up the head. Right? right? Any angle of the head is fine. Some folks like to bring the chin towards the collarbones. Others like to lift. There's no wrong way to work with the head here. Gorgeous, nice full inhale, complete exhale. Nice, and then exhale, return the hands to the lap, bring the chin to neutral. Don't be in a hurry to go to the other side. Take a breath here in neutral, lift and spread the collarbones, let the chin sink towards the chest. And then we will go the other way. It's left ear towards left shoulder now as the right fingertips reach down, or whatever side you didn't do. Turn the palm of the hand over and then start to bring the arm towards the wall behind you. Go ahead, take your opposite hand to that right pectoral muscle and draw it away. It's almost a diagonal, so you're going from the tip of the shoulder diagonally down towards the outer left hip. And then you set the head up in whatever angle feels appropriate for you. Right? It might be different on this side. We're not expecting it to be the same. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale. Then as you exhale, hands come back to the lap. You slowly bring the chin back towards the chest. Still lifting, spreading collarbones. Then taking your hands to the sides of your skull, apply a little pressure at the temple area, wrapping your fingers over the top of the head. And then on an inhalation, use your hands to bring your head back up on top of the spine. And then slowly let the hands and the fingers drip down the face, down the body, to the lap. Check in again. Eyes may be closed here as you notice how just that little bit of action may have started to change things. Then hands at the outer knees if you're cross-legged. Help the legs up. Extend the legs forward. You know the drill. Iron them out. Root to shoot. Opening up the backs of the knees can feel so useful. The little forward bend starts to come. It feels good. Take it. And then hands behind and beside. Lift and spread the collarbones. So important to have dexterity in the feet. Let's point and flex. Breathing, breathing. Nice inhale, full exhale. And then coming to the center of the heel, we invert the foot. So inner edges forward, outer edges forward. Don't sink into the shoulders. See if you could lift up and out. Nice. Coming to the center of the heel. Now squeeze and release the toes. Squeeze and release the toes. Yes. We need toe dexterity in this season of boot wearing. Big toe up, 4 toes down. Be gentle, especially if there's any cramping. Might have to go out and in again. And then big toe forward, 4 toes back. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. And then alternate. Do one on one side, the other on the other. Switch. 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 Nice. Coming up underneath the knees now. Bring the feet to the floor. A little side to side action. Especially if yesterday involved traveling. Feels good to wring out. Beautiful. And then we're going into a chest opener over blocks today. So I'm going to take my medium block lengthwise down my mat and a tall block for the head. If this whole setup looked like it was too tall for my body, I'm not much of a chest opener perhaps, then I would turn everything just down a notch. So you'd be working with a flat block and a medium block. But if you can do the medium block and the tall block, go for it. You want to line yourself up so the bottom tip of your shoulder blades is going to end up on that first block's edge. And then your head comes to the second block. You do not have to extend the legs here. If you feel like it, you can. You can always try it out, see what it feels like. But I feel like if we keep the knees bent, we can keep the main event in the upper torso, right? Because this isn't really about the low back or the abdomen here, right? So knees could stay bent if that felt okay. If you really want to extend them, you can. And then you've got to make sure everything's feeling right. Sometimes a half an inch up or down can make a world of difference. We want that first block to be mostly in between the shoulder blades. Depending on the width between your shoulder blades, you might have more or less of that action. The head is on that block. It's the occiput, the very base, that little bony outcropping at the bottom of the skull is there. Arms are out in the side in a T shape. And then we're breathing. Navel back. Yes. Give yourself a few moments just here, getting this bit of traction, not just for the neck and shoulders, but also for the sternum, right? We're creating space in the upper abdomen. You might choose to stay right where you are. Others, I'm going to offer more for the upper body, lifting the arms towards the sky. Palms are facing the wall in front of you. And then bend the elbows out to the side. So now the biceps are off the sternum, off the torso at 90 degrees. And then we're letting the backs of the hands fall back. So now the elbows and the back of the hand are in the same plane, right? So this is like a skydiver pose or a goalpost pose. And you're keeping your forearms parallel to the floor. You're not letting the hands wing. You're not letting the elbows wing. But your whole arm might be dropping below the line of the chest. That would be fine. It's a big stretch through the pectoral, through the armpit. And then you can kind of drift off to one side or the other to get that block that's underneath your shoulders in different parts of the upper back. And it can feel pretty useful, especially if you have anything going on there, to kind of move around a bit from side to side. You might even tilt the torso a little diagonally by bringing one elbow towards one hip and letting the opposite hand reach away. Right? There's no rules. We're just trying to open the chest and get a bit of a massage, really. It's kind of selfish, right? We're like trying to massage the body with body weight and block. It's good. It's good to be selfish when we need self-care, right? We always talk about being selfish as a bad thing. And if you're, I guess it could be, but really what we're talking about here is being interested in tending to the self. When you feel complete, you can let the arms rest on the floor again. Take 3 full breaths here, really trying for expansion. And then if your legs are extended, you'll go ahead and bend the knees one at a time. And then if you're protecting your spine for any reason, you can roll off to one side. Others, we're going to use the abdominal wall to help us here. So you'll interlace your hands behind the back of your head. On an exhalation, use the arms to help. You're going to sit up part way. So now the head is no longer on the block. We're up part way. We're looking at our knees. And then we can reach our arms forward. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, navel to spine as you sit yourself up off of your block. If it's challenging, you might have to step the feet out a little further. Then I want you to go ahead and grab the block that was behind your head. And I want you to take that flat block between the palms of the hands. So you're pressing the hands into the block at your chest. And then we're going to work like this. So you're going to inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to come back and tap your shoulder blades against the block. Nice. Then you inhale to sit up. You're going to lift a knee and twist to that side. Nice. Back to center. Tap the shoulder blades. Sit up. Twist. Lift the opposite knee. Twist to the opposite side. Right? You're going back and forth. Getting that little bit of twist. You're pressing your hands into the block. And so as you lift a foot, you twist to that side. Back to tap the block. twist to the side. Back to tap the block, twist to the side. And the breath pattern might work better if you inhale to go back and then exhale to come up. Inhale to go back and exhale to come back. Or maybe you've already figured out a breath pattern that works for you. Yes, going side to side, pressing that block firmly between the hands. Gorgeous. Let's do one more time, either side. Nice. And then coming to sit all the way up. We'll take the blocks out from underneath us. We'll place our blanket, have a strap nearby, and then come all the way down to lay down on your back body. It'll feel nice. So now laying all the way down. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Arms can go out in a T shape. Just out of curiosity, let's take the head and the knees from side to side in opposition. Unwinding any tension that might have crept into the abdominal wall, into the low back. Right? It's good to get those little bursts of strengthening in between our lengthening. Nice. Back to center. We're going to do a quick Supta Padangusthasana series. So I've got my flat block at the outer right hip. Got my strap ready to go. Exhaling that right knee into the chest. Strap over the ball of the foot. Lengthen the leg up towards the sky. Keep the back of the hip heavy. It's always fascinating to me how quickly we lose contact with the back of the pelvis. Shoulder blades are heavy on the earth, chin's moving towards the chest. If there's still tension in the shoulders and neck, you could take the head a little micro movement from side to side. Then as you feel ready, we're extending that left leg onto the floor. Move it to the left 2 inches if you need a little space. Both straps go into the right hand. Left arm reaches out to the left. We inhale to get long. We exhale to move. Right leg goes out and down to the right. Outer thigh is resting on the block. Plug that upper right arm bone into the shoulder socket as you direct your tailbone towards the inner left heel. You feel the right side of the body get a little bit longer, and then strongly press the back of that left leg into the earth to lengthen the back of the neck. Then address the abdominal wall. It's warm now. Belly button down. That rolls from left to right. Belly button up, rolls from right to left. There's a twist here. And then is the head centered? Nose pointed towards the sky. Could we relax the jaw? Nice deep inhales, complete exhales. Nice. And on your next exhale, let's bring that right leg back to neutral, switching hands. So now that left hand has the strap, right thumb sneaks into the right hip crease. We plant the back of the hip on the earth. We roll the outer hip away. That leg will turn out slightly. And then we're not going far. You're just from this, taking the leg to the left any amount, looking for sensation. And it is a bit of an exploration. You may have to come out and go back in a few times to find what you need here. Feel free to do that. And I'm really using my right hand to keep pressing the top outer right hip away, keeping the back of that right hip pressed down, down, down. Breathing. And then inhaling the leg back to neutral. You're going to spread those straps out between both hands. Take the leg a little towards you, a little away, a little towards you, a little away. Then listen carefully. You're going to slip the strap off the foot. Hold the strap tight and take the strap overhead any amount. And then reach strongly through the back of that right heel as you press the back of the left leg deeply into the earth.
Draw the navel towards the spine, pubic bone to belly button, and start to slowly lower this right leg down. Right? Whenever it starts to feel hard or like you're losing control, you pause and refresh the draw of the pubic bone to the belly button. That helps you slow the action down and keep control in the lower abdominal wall. Right? Navel back, navel back. Don't let the muscles of the belly cone out towards the ceiling. Take your time, keep breathing. Especially as the leg comes closer to the floor, it's more important to draw that pubic bone towards the belly button. Nice. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Eventually you land. When you do, then your arms come down by your sides. Take a few breaths. Maybe you take the head from side to side. Nice. Then we'll switch which side of the body the block is on. So now the block is on the left side. I somehow moved away from the blanket that was under my head. Maybe that happened to you too. And then we're bending the knees. Gorgeous. Right foot comes to the floor. Left knee comes into the chest. We're scooping up the foot with the strap and lengthening the leg up towards the sky. Nice. Arms are heavy here. Shoulder blades are down the back. Back of the right, both backs of the hips are heavy, but especially the left side. And then we're extending the right leg. Move it to the right if you need to. Press it down firmly. And then both sides of the strap go into the left hand. Right arm reaches out to the right. Inhale for length. Exhale to move. Left leg goes out and down to the left. Plug the upper left arm bone into the shoulder socket. Direct the tailbone towards the inner right heel. Then lower abdomen rolls from right to left. The inner left thigh gets a little bit longer. Upper abdomen rolls from left to right. Outer right ribs come a little closer to the earth. And then the chin moves towards the chest. Firmly press the back of that right leg down. I know there's so much to keep track of. But can you be present now with the pose, with the breath? Nice. Inhaling here. And then exhale. Bring that leg back up to neutral. Switch hands. Left thumb finds the hip crease. Press the back of the hip down. Turn it out. And then again, think of exploration rather than destination. Right? What is here for us? What can we eke out of this pose? Breathing, breathing. Gorgeous. Inhale back to neutral. Here we go. So you're going to take the leg a little towards you, a little away from you, a little towards you, a little away from you. Then you slip the strap off the foot, pull it tight. Take the arms overhead any amount. They may not go that far. That's okay. Then it's so important. You've got to press the back of the right leg down into the earth. Reach through the left heel. Draw the pubic bone towards the belly button, navel towards the spine. And it's from that that you start to be able to lower the leg with control. It all comes from the abdominal wall, right? Keep breathing. It's very easy to hold the breath here. Don't move from the jaw. Relax the jaw. Navel back, navel back, navel back. When it gets harder, you feel like you're losing control. Pause and refresh. Nice. And then eventually you find the earth. Arms can come down by your sides. Pause. Just notice. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. And then drawing the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around, a little rocking from side to side. Beautiful. Hands on the bent knees. We're steering the knees around in a circle. A few times in one direction, a few times in the other. Really letting go of tension here. And then again, with curiosity, feet go as wide as the mat, arms out in a T shape, and we're letting the knees and the head go in opposition. Right? We did this when we first laid down. How is it different now? We've done some things, right? We've changed the way the body is functioning in these little minute ways. When we open it up, when we stretch it out, when we get space, we get strength, we're affecting change positively on the body. And then rolling all the way to your favorite side. Use the hands to help you. Come up, come out. Come to table pose. Why not? Let's go for it. We're here. Table pose, cat and cow. Inhaling, lifting tailbone, lifting chest. Stretch the abdominal wall. Nice. Exhaling. Tailbone and head go down. Try to be methodical. Back and forth, one end to the other. Take your time. There's no rush. Right? There's a reason why animals stretch like this, 10, 15 times a day. It's so good to get that mobility back in the spine. And then neutral spine, reach the tailbone, crown of head, inhale here. Exhale, wag the tail to the right, turn to look over the right shoulder. Then inhale back through center, exhale second side. Gorgeous. Okay, from here, coming back to neutral, we're going to take the knees a little wider. If you need padding under the knees, feel free to take it, but I'm taking my knees a little wider and letting my big toes move towards each other. And we're going to work with the arms, and I'm actually going to turn around so I'm not mirroring you. Beautiful. So that left hand's going to stay where it is. On your next inhale, you're going to pick the right hand off the floor and direct the right elbow towards the sky. Some of you will stay with just the elbows. Others will feel like they can extend the arm up towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, you scoop the right arm underneath the left side of the body as if you were trying to serve something to the person next to you. I'll show you from the front. Right? So you're squeezing the chest, the abdomen. Nice. Then the inhale comes, you reach the elbow or maybe the whole arm. Then you exhale, come underneath, squeezing it all. All right, so you go at your breath pace. Might be faster or slower than mine. Again, you might be working with a bent elbow as you inhale and lift up towards the sky. Beautiful. Next time you exhale and come through, I want you to bend that left elbow to slowly lower the right shoulder, right side of the head down to the floor. Now we're in our thread the needle pose. Beautiful. If you needed padding underneath the head, you could totally take another blanket. You're welcome to stay here, or some of you might feel like you want to lift that left arm up towards the sky. You can even bend the left elbow and see if you could get your left fingertips up onto the top of your right thigh across the back body. Nice. Breathing here. Gorgeous. Then to come out, we lift the left arm towards the sky. Left hand comes in front of the face. You press into the left hand to unwind. Coming back to neutral. And then we'll do that much to the second side. So the right hand stays on the earth. We inhale to lift the left elbow or maybe the entirety of the left arm up towards the sky.
Then as we exhale, we scoop it underneath like we're serving something to the person next to us. Inhaling to go up, get big. Exhale, scoop it underneath, right? So this is for everything in the upper torso and the hips. It's a kind of almost full body movement, right? There's a lot happening. You're making it as big or as small as feels good. You're going at your pace. Nice. Couple more times, really wringing it out as you come underneath, right? There's this real sense of coalescing towards the midline. And then as you feel ready, we can let the arm come underneath. We can bend that right elbow to start lowering the left side towards the earth. Right? Again, you can always take a little height under the head if you need to. Then you're welcome to stay here. It's a perfectly fine place to be. Or you lift your right arm up towards the sky, bend the elbow, take it across the back, and see if you can catch hold of the top of your left thigh. Right? It's just trying to get the finger pads maybe on top of that thigh. And maybe you can't reach, and that's fine too. It doesn't matter. Taking a few breaths here. And then we'll unwind. Right arm comes back up towards the sky. Right hand comes in front of the face. You push it down to bring yourself back up. And then we'll turn our knees straight. This is where we need a little purchase on the yoga mat though. So if you still have your socks on, now would be an excellent time to take them off, because we're headed towards downward facing dog. So I'm planting my hands well. Perhaps I need an alternative pose. Some of you I know often take blocks underneath the hands, but we're planting the hands, tucking the toes, pushing the floor away, lifting the hips up and back. Full circumference of the palm of the hand is pressing. Inner elbows rolling towards the wall in front of you. Heel bones stretching back, 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 and down, down, down. Inner thighs spiraling towards the wall behind you. If you need any movement in the legs, feel free to take it. Maybe it would feel good to pedal the feet out and twist the hips a little side to side. It's really up to you and your body. I always find it interesting when we get permission to listen to the body and give it an opportunity to move in novel ways. We can end up kind of finding more information than we thought we had available, which can be really nice. So give yourself a second, kind of anything goes, dog pose. Right? What do you do when you don't have to do anything? Always an interesting question. And then we are headed to Uttanasana for our next pose. You might walk the feet towards the hands. You might walk the hands towards the feet. Make sure when you get there that your feet are parallel and hips distance apart. Try not to lock the knees, but let the torso drape. Let the arms hang, big toe ball mound, outer heel. Deep full breaths here. Might shake the head a little no, a little yes. Then take your thumbs to the hip creases, hook the hips back, lengthen the spine. Inhale and come to standing. Once you're upright, go for it. Roll the shoulders a little forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, from here, let's take our blocks at the back long edge of our mat. My block just fell over completely. Lovely. Nice. And then come to Tadasana in the center of your mat, facing the other long edge of your mat. Gorgeous. Looking down at the feet, let's have the feet hips distance apart. Index toes parallel. Big toe ball mound, outer heel pressing.
right? I know I'm a broken record with that, but that's what helps to enliven the feet. When we press the big toe ball down, it helps to stabilize. Then maintaining that, when we press the outer heel, we lift the inner arches, and now the feet are really enlivened. And then hug the muscles to the bone, lift up through the crown of the head, get nice and tall. Find your Tadasana here, shoot the arms down the sides of the body, turn the palms of the hands slightly forward, shoulder blades move towards each other. Breathing here. It's as if you're pressing the crown of your head against something above you, right? Imagine someone had a gentle hand and you're trying to push their hand up, up, up. Gorgeous. And then bringing the fingers to touch over the shelf of the heart. Well, inhaling, bend the knees, either walk or jump your feet apart. Walk or jump your feet apart. And then if you can, leave the arms long. Yes, we're going to turn the left heel out and turn the whole right leg out from the root, right? That left heel turns out a little bit. We want kind of a shallow angle there, but this whole right leg turns out from the root. Then I want you to bend the knee, lift the heel, and let the leg bones realign themselves to what they need. Plant the heel, and then straighten that leg 99.9%. We're going into our Trikonasana. Let's take the left hand to the left thigh, turn the right palm up towards the sky. We're going to inhale up and back towards the left to lengthen the right side of the body. Then as you exhale, we come up, out, and over. Right hand finds the block. We move it to the place that's directly underneath your shoulder. Yeah, I know how to speak English. Take your left hand to your left hip and think of rolling the left elbow back to start turning the torso from right to left, right? It's like we're scooping underneath the right side of the body and turning the left side of the body back. Beautiful. Now turn your head to look down at your right foot, shoulder blades down the back. Don't lock that right knee. I know how quickly it happens. Don't let it happen. Then those that can, you'll extend the left arm up from the collarbones, keeping both sides of the torso very, very long. And then if the neck and shoulders feel okay with it, you can turn the gaze to look into the center plane of the pose. So you're looking forward, not up. I know it's tempting to look up. And then some traditions we do, but I think it really cranks the neck and shoulders. I think it's not so pleasant. Yeah. Beautiful. Bend that right elbow. Inhale, push off the block, come back to standing. Could you keep the arms up as we switch feet? Turning those right toes in, turning those left toes out. Yes. Bend the left knee, lift the heel. Let everything reorganize. Then plant the heel and push the floor away. To not lock the knee, but to straighten the leg. Right hand comes to the right hip. Turn the left palm up towards the sky. Inhale, back and over. Yes, stretch that left side of the body. Then come up, out, and down. Find the block underneath the shoulder. Gorgeous. And then that right hand is on the right hip. We can use it. Rolling the right elbow back helps to turn the torso. Gorgeous. Head looks down at that left foot. And then like a turtle, think of a turtle lengthening its head out of its shell. What would it feel like to press the crown of your head towards the wall on the left-hand side? Then keep turning. Left ribs forward, right ribs back. Then those that can, lift the right arm towards the sky. Turn the head towards the center plane of the pose. Navel back, skull back. Breathing, breathing. And then bend the left elbow. Inhale, exhale, push off the block, come back to standing. Hands are going to come to the hips. You're going to turn the feet parallel. And then heel toe the feet together till you feel like you can walk or jump the feet back together. Nice hopping, everyone. Good job. From here, we're going to take both of our blocks to the top of our mat. Yes, beautiful. Then we're coming to Tadasana, standing a little bit away from our blocks. We're going to take the right foot forward and the left foot back. Right foot forward, left foot back. Beautiful.
Left foot turns out slightly. Left foot turns out slightly. And you're either on railroad tracks or tightrope, so Rotational. Keep the pelvis turning towards the front of the mat. Press through the hips to lengthen the spine. And then we're going to work with the sort of the fishing action. So I want you to keep your left hand on your left hip. You're going to inhale your right arm up towards the sky. Just kidding. You're going to keep your right hand on your right hip. You're going to inhale your left arm up towards the sky. There we go. So you should have the opposite arm up from the leg that's in front. And so you're going to inhale here. Then as you exhale, you're going to see, could you cast out and over and touch the block? If not, if it feels like it's too far away, I'm going to add a block. I might not need another tall block. I might just need a medium block or a flat block. Then you're going to inhale to come back up. Exhale to cast it up and over. So I've got the left hand moving towards the block that's at the outer right foot. Just a few times. Let's do it one more time. On this time, we're going to stay. So next time the hand comes to that block, we're going to stay. Again, you have another block there. If you need more height, please take it. Maybe you even need a chair. That would be fine. And then I'm thinking of this right hand on the right hip. I'm hooking that hip back, back, back. That helps me to turn my left ribs down and my right ribs up. Just like we were doing in regular Trikonasana, now we're in Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolve triangle pose. Take your time with it. So I quite like twisting in and out just to play, right? We're working almost with a pulsation where you turn a little bit back towards the floor and then turn a little bit more to the side, giving yourself an opportunity to investigate. Then when you feel ready, you pause with those left ribs down, right ribs up, shoulder blades down the back. Maybe the right hand stays on the right hip. Maybe the arm lifts up towards the sky. Both feet pressing down firmly, especially that back left foot. Press it into the earth. Gorgeous. Take a full breath here. Then take your right hand back to your right hip. Bend the left elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Windmill out. Maybe you're a little more stable than I just was. Coming out. Walk around a little bit. Take a break. Roll the shoulders. Shake the legs out. I always pay the price of living in a house where the floor is very uneven when I do certain things. It's like, oh, but the floor's not flat. You end up with a little more excitement perhaps than you were anticipating, than you bargained for. Let's go to the second side. I just turned around so you can see the active side. You don't need to. Hands to the hips. Now we'll step the left foot forward, the right foot back. Right foot turns out slightly and you're deciding railroad track or tightrope. Hands on the hips so we can square the hips towards the front of the mat. And then it's the right arm that lifts up. We inhale to get long. We exhale to cast it up, out, and over towards the outer left block. Maybe we need a second block. If it feels very hard to get there, we take a moment and we add more height with our second block. And we're just going in and out, casting the fishing line up and over, trying to maintain that length. When you inhale to come up, you're really reaching that right arm towards the sky. Then as you exhale, you're trying to maintain it any amount as you take the hand to the block. Right, so we're finding this twisting action for the abdominal wall. The next one we're going to stay. Hand comes to the block or blocks. I'm using that left hand at the left hip to try and draw the hip back. And then just like we did in triangle pose, we can turn the elbow up towards the sky. And then we're playing, turning a little down, a little up. Right? Maybe it's a very small move, maybe it's a little bit bigger. Giving ourselves opportunity to play. Right? We don't often get that. Nice. Next time you twist into the pose, stay. Yeah, so both feet pressing firmly. We're lengthening the spine. It's left ribs up, right ribs down. And then perhaps you could lift the left arm up towards the sky. You don't have to. That hand might stay on the hip. That would be fine. Gorgeous. And the hand comes back to the hip. We bend that right elbow and push ourselves off the block to windmill around. Beautiful. Well done. Again, shake it out, roll it around. What do you need? We need to take something symmetrical is what we need. So let's do that. Prasarita Padottanasana. 2 tall blocks in front of us. Feet go wide. We're not going to be here long, but I want us to establish some symmetry back into the body before we go anywhere else. So line up your heels with the back long edge of your mat. Turn your big toes slightly towards each other so you can suction cup the outer edge of the foot to the floor. Balance the weight, ball of foot heel, and then walk the blocks forward. Really pressing into the outer edge of the foot. Pressing the hands into the blocks. Inner thighs rolling towards the wall behind you, getting the spine longer and longer and longer. Then once you have all the length you can gain, you walk the blocks back and set something up for the crown of the head. I know some of you could take the head directly to the floor, but others, perhaps you need a flat block, a medium block, 2 tall blocks on top of each other. Whatever you need to have the head resting on something. And then really draw the kneecaps up, up, up onto the thighs. There should be this feeling of real stability in the quadricep muscles, right? They are working to help us stay stable through the legs so that the torso has a little more freedom. The spine is long, crown of head reaching down, navel's moving back, even here. Nice, and then hands come back down to the floor if they're not there already. We press the floor away to lift the torso halfway, and then we heel toe the feet in until we can gently lower ourselves down. I want us just to take a minute in the second part of our inversion to complete the cycle. So I'm laying the torso down onto the floor. There's nothing underneath the head this time. I've got my block or blocks nearby. I'm pressing the feet down, lifting the pelvis, and inserting height underneath my pelvis. So you might use 1 flat block, you might use 2 flat blocks stacked on top of each other, 2 medium blocks side by each, doesn't matter. Then I'm rolling my upper arms down. Perhaps I'm pressing my elbows into the floor. Maybe my arms are resting. And then we'll exhale the knees into the chest and inhale the feet up towards the sky. Looking for perfect perpendicularity. Ankles over knees, over hips. Legs are straight. Chest is domed. Back of the neck is long. We're breathing here. Softening the mouth and the eyes. Right, we've wrung out the body in several different ways this morning. Shoulders, abdomen, hips, everything has had an opportunity. Now we're finding stability. Giving ourselves an opportunity to be upside down changes our perspective, changes how the body receives the pull of gravity. It's all very useful. Then from here, bending the knees. As you inhale, bringing the feet back to the floor,
Press the feet down, lift the hips, take the blocks out from underneath you. Hopefully everything is nearby for Shavasana. If you need to put your socks back on, you could do it. I quite like taking the flat blocks underneath the upper thighs, blanket underneath the head. Cover up with another blanket if you need to. And then before we fully commit to stillness, open the mouth, open the mouth and stretch the tongue. Stretch the tongue, open the mouth, stretch the jaw, stretch, stretch, stretch. So good for our face to do this. And then draw the tongue back into the mouth. Let just the lips come back to touch. Keep some space between the teeth. And then let go yourself completely. Let loose yourself completely. Let yourself rest here in stillness and silence, knowing now there's nothing to do. Now there's nothing to do. Now I know we haven't been in Shavasana for very long. And if you want to stay longer, I highly recommend you just stay where you are. There's no need to do anything else. You can stay for as long as you have. Others, you are time-bound in some way, or you just feel ready to move. And if that's you, I want you to start by deepening the breath. Deepening the breath, coming back to the surface of the body, and then starting to move fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Nice. And then on an exhalation, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a squeeze. And then very slowly, very mindfully roll to your right side. Pause there for a moment. Feel the earth beneath you. And then using the hands, slowly, gently push yourself back up to a seated position. The head is the last thing to arrive. Eyes could remain closed. Tailbone descending, base of skull ascending. Get long. Take the hands together in front of the heart. Palm against palm, fingers elongated. Lift the sternum to the base of the thumbs. Broaden the collarbones. And on an exhalation, let the chin move forward. Let the chin move down. We're bowing to the seat of the soul. Bowing to that divine inner wellspring of kindness, compassion, patience, and joy. The light in me is deeply honored by your light, grateful for your practice, and humbled by your presence. And in case no one's told you yet today, I love you, and I'm convinced of your capacity to continue crafting a life worth living. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Good job, everyone. Really good job.